DunedinTV presents your local weekly morning show from delightfully different Dunedin. Featuring Justin Cataccio, including a musical performance by a local artist, and in-depth conversation with people in the know. This is Good Morning Dunedin.
This week on Good Morning Dunedin, we lace up our old tennis shoes and hit the courts, because tennis classes have started back up in the city of Dunedin. Our city tennis coach, Greg Reardon, serves up some good advice for getting back out there. Muralist Beth Warmath joins our show in our Art Corner segment, where we are helping make Dunedin an art and cultural destination by highlighting local artists and artwork throughout our city. Lastly, the fabulous Marllory Moyer plays a song for us. All of this and more is coming up this morning on Good Morning Dunedin. Welcome back to your favorite little local morning show. I'm your host, Justin Cataccio. Miss Caitlin Hart is on a 2-week hiatus and will be back with us after that. Let's see what's going on in the community corner. You might have noticed some peaceful protesters out there trying to save the green space on the Douglas Hackworth property on Keene Road. The property has been a contentious subject since its recent contract with a developer. Alright, so let's start our show this week with Art Corner. We caught up with local artist and muralist Beth Warmath.
Good morning, Dunedin. We are here at 520 Skinner Boulevard at Douglas Memorial Park with Beth Warmath at the Beyond the Wall wall. Welcome to the show, Beth.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
How you doing?
Good. Doing great, actually. The sun is out and it's beautiful in Dunedin.
It is. So Beth, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your history with mural painting and your involvement with Love Dunedin?
Well, first of all, I love Dunedin. So I was super excited to be chosen for this. There were 12 artists chosen to show what they love about Dunedin. I could have a 300-foot wall to say everything that I love about Dunedin, but in this small wall, I wanted to represent the beauty of nature and the beautiful sunsets. And one of my favorite things to do in Dunedin is to go out on the water and paddle out and just enjoy a sunset. So that's what I decided.
That was your inspiration.
Yeah.
And I love the plumerias. That's like my favorite flower. And then this one is a hibiscus, I think, behind me. But plumerias are my favorite, like the Hawaiian lei ones.
Yeah,
and the smell. I've got a large one at my house, and I just love
it.
It's
so beautiful, and they grow so nice here in Florida.
They do. Yeah, those ones you can just take a piece off and stick it in the ground, and a couple years later you have a plumeria tree. Let's talk about the wall itself. Who's on the other side of this wall? Do you know who's on the other side of this wall? What's beyond the wall?
All bed and breakfast. So they actually sponsored myself as an artist, and they are a bed and breakfast. It's very Key West style. So my art actually fits with them really, really nicely. Their colors, their vibe, everything is really cool and very beachy. So we were a perfect match.
So one of the other things that you're known for, Beth, is that you are a garden fairy for the Wearable Art Fashion Show series at Dunedin Fine Arts Center.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that experience.
Oh my gosh, it's so great. I'm not a gardener, but I am a garden fairy, and they found me because I am a painter. I've always done their body art, so I kind of got in with them that way. And the Dunedin Fine Arts Center is so fabulous. Not only is it wearable art, but I also teach mural camps in the summer. And they have a lot of great local art. They still have displays. You know, even during this time, they're still open, and it's fabulous.
Beyond the Wall Bed and Breakfast is over here on Skinner Boulevard, right next to Douglas Memorial Park. And there's a beautiful mural here now, so come on and check it out. All right, well, that concludes the Art Corner segment here. Thank you, Beth, for coming on the show this morning.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Good morning, Dunedin.
Thanks again, Beth. We're going to head over to the Fisher Tennis Courts at the Community Center with Greg Reardon after a short break. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Good Morning Dunedin. It's time to lace up those tennis shoes and hit the courts. We're here at the Fisher Courts over behind the Community Center in Dunedin off of Michigan Boulevard. We're here with Greg Reardon, the tennis pro with the City of Dunedin. He's got a lot of great classes that he teaches, and he himself is a pro and plays a lot of tennis. Welcome to the show.
Appreciate it. It's great to be here. Thank you.
Good morning.
And to you.
So, Greg, why don't you start off by introducing yourself and telling a little bit about your relationship with the City of Dunedin.
Okay. So, back in, let's say, 1990, I was an accountant. I lived in New Hampshire, and I didn't really like being an accountant. So anyway, my significant other, Judy, was a flight attendant with Eastern Airlines. They had folded. We both looked at each other in the cold winter of the New Hampshire January, and we said, let's go to Florida. So we had nothing but
Massachusetts, so I can relate.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nothing but opportunity ahead of us. So we came here in 1990. I always was in love with tennis. I had played my whole life, but basically I just wanted to pursue a career in tennis. So when we landed, the first city we actually stopped in was Dunedin. I started at a club called Bardmore, which is in Largo, and bought a house in Dunedin and absolutely fell in love with the community. So anyway, you know, a few changes were made at Bardmore, and I kind of moved on, and I've been actually going on about 15 years now. I've been with the City of Dunedin as the instructor here. The program's grown considerably, but it's very convenient for me. I know most everybody here, which is wonderful, and you know, it's kind of tight-knit. Everybody seems to know each other, which is great, but it's literally like 2 miles from my home.
That helps.
Yeah, we have 3 other courts at Virginia Street, which are even closer to my home. So the whole 11-court thing is nice, and I have convenience of basically being able to offer instruction at these courts and then the Virginia Street courts.
Speaking of the courts, let's tell everybody at home a little bit about our facilities. You said there's 11 courts.
Yep. So basically our courts here, they're very close, but we have the Highlander setup, which is to our east. We have 4 recently resurfaced / relit courts. I will say they are spectacular. It's as close to a private country club as you can get right here for us and our residents. We are on the Fisher courts. These courts were done a few years ago, but they're still in very good shape. This is primarily where I teach out of. And we have another 4-bank here. So the courts are lit on both banks of courts. All 4 courts are lit for night play, early morning play. Then we have 3 other courts that are on Virginia Street, which are closer towards downtown.
By the community garden.
That is correct, and those are
There's
recently resurfaced and in beautiful condition, and they're also lit for early morning play and evening
Those
play.
ones are really nice and
They're
quiet.
beautiful.
And
Very quiet,
It's
yep.
a nice spot over there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So we've got 11 lit courts
Yes,
that
sir.
are open to the public. You just
Correct.
need to get a rec card from the community center.
Yep.
It's just a few bucks.
I believe it's $10 if you're a resident for a year's worth of play, which is extremely awesome.
Yes. So these courts are great. I actually play my Ultimate Tennis League here. These are my home courts, and they're great. There's, you know, bathroom facilities, and they're lit, and there's usually pretty good availability. And
correct, yeah. There's peak hours by all means. I mean, the peak hours typically are, would you believe, 7 a.m. I have a cardio tennis class that I do at 7. Seems like the bulk of the courts are used to beat the heat. There's actually several courts that are shaded, which are quite
there's a lot
popular.
of large oak trees around here, so.
Yeah, and then evening play, I mean, there's typically, I'm really only here 9 months, but the months that I'm here, typically every single court is used at night. So to get first dibs, and if you want to play in the evening, maybe show up between 5 and 5:30, you're pretty much guaranteed a court. If you come out after 6 and maybe 7 o'clock, that's peak hours, it's very difficult to get a court.
Well, let's talk about your classes.
Okay.
You've got a range of classes during the week and a couple on the weekend days. So give us a quick rundown.
Basically we have a program for everybody, and that's basically how you design a well-rounded program. I didn't want to just cater to kids or adults, but we have, as you just experienced, a intermediate advanced class. It's typically in the middle of the day at 11:30 to 12:30. That's on Mondays and Wednesdays.
I might have to go to the beginner class. That was a little rusty, but well, those guys are doing
that class is geared towards the serious player by all means, and people that are playing in ultimate tennis, people that perhaps compete on USTA teams, people that do tournaments. They like to come out and just reinforce repetition, drill, keep moving, that type of thing. The level's good. We generally average 8 to 12 people in that class, so there's always a lot of competition for you. I try to feature the latest in drills, and really what I do is keep everybody moving, and that's a great workout. But the other qualities, we have a cardio tennis class, which is very popular. We offer 5 of those a week. We have an early morning cardio tennis class, and really what that is it's an all-around workout. Same thing, keeping everybody moving. It's kind of a high heart rate class. We try to keep everyone in their target heart rate for about 45 minutes. So you're running in between hits and backpedaling back into line, zigzagging, speed ladders, sprinting, and the cardio class is Mondays and Wednesdays, 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. Then we also have a Saturday morning class at 9 a.m. It's a cardio tennis class, and same thing. So it's an hour of kind of rigorous running and drills, tennis-based, but we get people in between points staying busy physically so their heart rate stays at target.
Yeah, everybody's trying to get back out there these days. It's nice that the weather's finally breaking, and like I said, I just signed up for my Ultimate Tennis League, so I'll be back out on the court every week.
But we have an amazing children program. That takes place on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we cater towards 2 different age levels. We have a 12 and under class. That's typically maybe from 7 years old up to about 12. That's every Tuesday and Thursday from 5:15 until 6:15. Introductory primarily, but we get the kids introduced to tennis. We have kind of a short court game that we play that get the kids to learn how to control it from upstart. And then we have a kind of a lower compression ball so the kids can hit it errantly, but it still stays in. So they learn, instead of the ball bouncing up and over their head, this is a lower bouncing ball, so the kids get to learn and hit a lot of balls that way. We have a teen class that takes place Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6:15 till 7:15, and then that's the same thing. We're getting a lot of kids out that perhaps want to run and play on their high school team. Maybe kids that have always wanted to try it. So we have 2 coaches, it's myself and my assistant, and then basically 2 levels. So we'll have the kids meet on 2 different courts, the maybe introductory class, and then the more intermediate class will be on a side court. So we keep the kids separate, but they're all learning together. We also have a brand new Saturday class, and it's at 10 o'clock. All the kids show up at the same time. So the 12 and under and the 12 and over, we have 2 coaches again, so we separate the levels, get the kids out hitting on Saturday. And our newest addition to the Dunedin tennis program is pickleball.
Yes, okay, that's a whole nother subject. Let's dive into that for a minute. Pickleball, just describe it. It's like tennis, but it's like a shorter.
Yeah, it's like a hybrid tennis, but it's a combination of, ready for this, badminton, racquetball, tennis, and ping pong all in one.
And wiffle ball.
With a wiffle ball.
With a wiffle ball.
If I had my equipment, I'd show you.
I've only played it once. There were some people playing, and I couldn't help myself. I had asked to
May I join
try
in? It's cult-like as far as there's literally hundreds of thousands of people playing in Florida alone right now.
And so the city has a new program.
They do, yeah, absolutely. So if you want to learn, you'll come out to the tennis facility. I have all the equipment, which makes it easy. We have the court that we lay down for you. So it's similar to basically playing tennis up close in the front squares here. So it's a tiny tennis court, more or less. And it's very easy to pick up. You can learn it in 1 or 2 lessons. The curveball is the scoring. It's a little bit unique. So you'll spend more time learning how to keep score than you will actually learning how to play. But it's easy to pick up. There's not as much like a fundamental technique as there is in tennis, where you have to repeat in order to get the correct spin and execution. Pickleball is more or less just make contact with the ball and move forward. That's what you want to do. You want to try to dominate close to the net. That's another topic, so we'll get into the rules at another interview. But it's so much fun. We're now teaching kids on Saturday out here. And I'm always available for adults through the city. About a year ago, I acquired my master certification. So I'm also a player. So I've enjoyed the past couple of years playing it. So I learned all the insider secrets of learning how to teach it.
Oh, good.
And speed up your improvement and that type of thing. But it's now very much part of our program.
Yeah.
So if somebody through the city wants to learn how to play, they'll come out here and they'll learn it with me. I can teach them in a couple of lessons. And then we offer, as you know, throughout the busier months, we offer indoor play at both, evidently, MLK now and the community center.
Thank you for mentioning the Martin Luther King Junior Recreation Center.
Absolutely.
It's not just for teens, you know, they have adult pickleball classes over there.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, Greg's going to give us a quick rundown of all the classes that are available through the Dunedin Rec Center here at Fisher Courts and Highlander Courts. Greg?
Sure. So basically we have something for everybody. We have kids programs, we have adult programs. We also offer private training. So in other words, you can get with me for 30 minutes or an hour if you're maybe more interested in some individualized learning. But we have different classes for different levels. For instance, we have an introductory class that meets 5 times per week, where people are maybe just learning or perhaps played at one time and they want to get out and hone in on their skills. We have 5 intermediate classes that we do during the week, different times. They're all posted online with the City of Dunedin, and then they're also posted on all of our bulletin boards. So basically we have the cardio tennis, the advanced drills, private training, kids programs, pickleball programs, introductory programs, and intermediate programs.
Okay.
In a nutshell.
Nice. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
All right, Greg. Well, thanks for coming out. And is there anything you'd like to say?
Good morning, Dunedin.
All right. Thanks for coming on, Greg. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back to Good Morning Dunedin, we're going to have on our musical guest. Stay tuned.
Good morning, Dunedin.
Hi, I'm Phyllis Gorshey, Library Director at your Dunedin Public Library. September is Library Card Sign-Up Month, a time when libraries nationwide join together to remind everyone that signing up for a library card is the first step towards lifelong learning. This year, the honorary chair for Library Card Sign-Up Month is DC's Wonder Woman, who is on a mission to champion the power of a library card. I'm wearing my Wonder Woman gear, and our library staff is wearing red and superhero gear to remind everyone that libraries and library staff are super. If you don't have a library card or haven't used yours in years, make September the time to get one. And if you don't know, library cards actually expire every 3 years, so you may have an expired card in your wallet. To get a library card, all you need is your valid Florida driver's license or ID card with a local address.
Our musical guest this week is Marllory Moyer. First, I'd like to say thanks to our guests Greg Reardon, Beth Warmath in our art corner, and Marllory Moyer for lovely music, and of course you, wherever you are, for joining us this morning. You can reach out to us on social media to share your story. Please remember to be kind to one another and stay safe, and be true to you. Good morning, Dunedin. Bye-bye.
Still don't know what love means. Oh, still don't know what love means. Don't be, oh, baby. Don't be. human race. I've been living out this air suitcase for where to run home. One man needs something he can hold on to, and I found a woman like you. You know, one of them things will do. Darling, oh, I'm about to go straight. Oh, it's too late. Oh, found myself face down in a ditch, losing my hair and blood on my lips, and a picture of you holding a picture of me.